Hey yo, salute to the people. It's the social forecast. Today is Monday, August 12th. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. And I got something I want to talk to y'all about this morning. The other day, yesterday actually, somebody at work at my day job asked me a question. And it got me thinking. It was an interesting question. Most people, when they kind of find out my backstory, kind of find out some of the things that I've done in my travels, that's work related, find out how in depth my resume is. This guy asked me, he goes, "Why are you here?" Basically meaning I could pretty much be working anywhere. And his question kind of had a double meaning. It was one, why are you here when you could pretty much be anywhere? And two, based on your experiences and your resume, you could probably be somewhere making six figures. And it was a simple question, but I didn't realize just how misunderstood a lot of people are when it comes to what most people choose to do for work and the difference between a job and a career. So I'm going to answer that question the way I kind of answered it with this gentleman who asked me a question. The first part of my answer was, well, when I set out, from like my early days when I first started working, going back to my teens, having a job, an after school job, was just about having that freedom, wanting to earn money really for the first time. You didn't really know what you wanted to do with your life. Since about the third grade, I've always known that I wanted to be a published author. I've always known that whatever I find myself doing at whatever given time in my life, my ultimate lifelong career goal was to be a writer, to be an author. And for me, even back then, I understood that a job was always only going to be a means to an end. Now, some people live their whole life, they go through school, they have a career that they're focused on acquiring, whether that career be in law enforcement, whether that career be in the legal system as far as being a lawyer or a judge or what have you. Some people want to get into a trade, some people want to drive commercially, and all of those things are fine, no matter what you want to do. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a nurse, whatever it is. Me, I understood from early on in my early 20s, I started to have an understanding for ups and downs in the economy and how one wrong thing can happen. And I've seen people around me in companies I worked for over the years lose their jobs if the company sold, or if a new management company comes in. And a lot of those people, especially people who were older, really found themselves in a tough situation because a lot of companies, and this is a trend that started years ago, a lot of companies started hiring younger to one, push the older people out who made more so that they could get the same work or same output for less money. And I understood that at an early age. Me, with all of my different experiences, and this is what I told the gentleman who asked me the question, I'm pretty much, when I think about it, I'm pretty much recession proof because there really is not an industry that I haven't worked in. And for the ones that I haven't worked in, with the experiences, the wide array of experiences that I have, there's really no industry that my experiences would not apply to. I've done just about any type of job you could really think of, obviously, within reason. And so no matter what happens, no matter what the economy's doing, I can pretty much find a job anywhere. And then the other part of the question that I get asked often is, why do you work two jobs? I've always worked two jobs my entire life. And I do that for a very important reason. Most people, when they hear that you work two jobs, they automatically think that you're struggling or you don't make enough money to do the things that you need to and want to do. And of course, for some people, that's true. And of course, someone who works multiple jobs, obviously the goal is to make more money. And then you find people who ask a person like me, well, with your experiences, you could easily find a job that's paying you as much as what you would make from your two jobs. Like, why would you want to have two jobs both paying you 45 to 50,000 each when you could find a job with your experiences making 80, 90 and better, just that one job? And the answer confuses people, but I don't think many people really realize how volatile, especially nowadays, the economy is. And not just the economy, most people don't understand that business really is what it is. It's business. And a lot of people who like their jobs, who love their jobs, who put in long hours, who go to work every day and give all of what they have to a company, don't realize that if something ever happened to you, and if you got hurt, if you couldn't work for 6, 8 months, if you had a major medical emergency for yourself or for someone in your family, it's nothing for these companies to replace you. If you, God forbid, die tomorrow, the spot that you fill at your job that you may think, because of your output and how hard you work, you may think that you're irreplaceable, but you're just a number to these companies. So I understood at an early age that I'm never going to put all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. No matter what, if I got fired from my day job tomorrow, I'm still employed. And it won't take me long to find another job. If I got fired from my night job tomorrow, or if I decide to quit my night job, or whatever it is, I'm still employed. Now, I don't have a traditional career because I'm always in pursuit of my lifelong career. Big reason why I started my YouTube platform, big reason why I started my podcast, and whatever else I'm working on is always in furtherance of my aspirations as a writer, as an author. I became a published author a few years ago, and as I continue to write books, continue to publish them, and continue to find ways to build my following, it's something that I really want people to really understand. And all of that really ties into one overall message or theory of mine. No matter what you do, no matter what your career is, no matter what your profession or specialty or experience is, understand that, and I learned this, even with the understanding that I should always have multiple streams of income. I learned this from someone who I worked with in the hospitality industry over the course of the past 12 years. Even though this person always had a job, and actually this person worked 2 full-time jobs also, was a hustler just like me, but I would always see this person at work on job boards, job sites, always out there looking, always out there throwing resumes around. And I would be like, why do you always do that? And the answer is something that stuck with me for all this time, and probably will stick with me for the rest of my life. It's like, you never know how insecure you are in a job until you get that call into an HR office, or you find out that that job is selling, to a different company, or another management company is coming in and they might want to shake things up. Or you may wake up tomorrow and decide, I really don't like the way things are going at this job. It's really not conducive to my personal health, sanity, peace of mind, what have you. And so you always have something lined up. And even if you don't have something lined up, you always have more than one something to provide you with the means to do what it is you want and need to do. And that's just always been me. And I'll personally take 2 jobs paying $45,000 a piece over one job paying 90, because when you lose that one job, now you went from being in a very good position to nothing very quickly. And it's always a shocker to people just how quickly you get into trouble when you have like a 70, 80, $90,000 a year job, but don't realize you're still kind of living paycheck to paycheck, because the more you make, most people's natural tendency is the more you spend. And then they lose that income, and then it's like, oh shit, I'd rather lose half of 90 a year but still have the other half if I have to lose something than to lose the whole thing. And that gives me the freedom to move around in different positions, different industries, different levels of positions within different companies. And that's allowed me to really build my resume up over the years. Now, my contingency plan is, if for some reason, because it's just life, it's reality, my ultimate goal of becoming a well-known published author to the point where it's something that I can do full time and don't have to work outside of doing that, and whatever other ventures I might want to get involved in. Um, if by 40 or 45, I haven't really decided, I have not been able to bring those goals into fruition, I can use my experiences to get a career and fall back on that while I'm still young enough to make, a reasonable impact into thinking about retirement later. And that's basically what I wanted to stop by to talk to you about. Don't ever think that you're so valuable at the company you work at, the job that you have, that you can't be replaced. And don't ever think that even if you are that appreciated at your job, don't ever think that if that company is in financial trouble or if they want to cut back due to budgets and what have you, because all companies are trying to cut back on overhead nowadays, don't ever think that even the best employees won't be let go. The more valuable you are, the more you make, you're usually the first to get let go. So obviously do what you love, have the career or the job that you enjoy doing or that pays you enough to do what you need to do. But also always remember that have something else. A job is just a job, but the ultimate goal for everyone should be to find a way to create income for yourself, personal wealth for yourself. I'm on that path. I'm on that journey. That's like a never-ending journey. I will eventually find a way to create the kind of financial freedom for myself that would allow me to wake up in the morning and not have to go to a job, but be able to do something that is working for me. But whether or not I ever reach that, because not everybody will, but everybody should try to attain that. And if I do, it's great. And I'm going to keep doing what I do and find something else to do to supplement that, and then find something to supplement that. And that's pretty much the drive that I have. But regardless of whatever is going on, anywhere in the workforce, I can find a job because I am recession proof. My resume and my experiences have taught me and have molded me and have trained me to make the moves that I make, that it literally never takes me more than a week if I need to find a job to find one, because that's just how I have set myself up over the years, and watching some of the pitfalls and the downfalls of people around me, people close to me, have had to go through. And that's what I stopped by to talk to y'all about. So definitely, when I say stuff like be your biggest fan, because I'm mine, it's not just a tagline. When people see my shirts, they see me wearing a shirt with my face on it and it says be your biggest fan, that's not somebody who's conceited or cocky. That there's a bigger message behind that. You always invest in yourself, always support yourself, always believe in yourself and root for yourself, because nobody else will. And for anybody else to have the confidence in you to do anything that they may think you might be capable of doing, the first step for somebody else to have that confidence or that belief in you is for you to have it in yourself. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't pretend to know everything. I just know what I know. Let me know what y'all think about this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love.